Ice Spice went from TikTok sensation to the unofficial princess of the Bronx drill scene. Then to an industry munch with big name cosigns, all in record time. But for how much longer? Is Ice Spice truly here to stay, or is she one bad single away from becoming a where are they now case? It all started with a simple phrase, "You thought I was failing you?" And boom, just like that, Ice Spice became the figment of every gooner's imagination. Her breakout hit Munch wasn't just a song, it was an entire movement. The Bronx rapper slid into the scene with a unique flow and a signature look.
What are your plans for cleaning up our environment?
Bitch, I'm a baddie, I get what I want, like.
What about our traffic problem?
That nigga. A month.
The irony with Ice Spice is that she came in with the most family-friendly hairstyle ever. That signature curly afro looked like if Annie grew up in the Bronx and started rapping over Jersey club beats. It's wild because when I first searched her up to see what all the hype was about, I saw Ice Spice in that bouncy, cartoonishly innocent afro.
That nigga a munch.
And I was thinking, oh, she must be rapping about sunshine and rainbows. Boy, was I mistaken. And then I ran into a TikTok link and actually saw her for the first time in the most OnlyFans sponsored outfit. Okay? A crop top made out of a napkin and a denim bum short that looks like it was cut from a shoelace. Then I heard her lyrics and she's out here talking about stealing your man, getting flown out, and moving like a certified city girl. It's like expecting Dora the Explorer and then getting an R-rated version where she's exploring yachts and Dubai trips instead of maps and backpacks. But what did have more volume than her ginger fro was the insane amount of internet backing she had.
Gooner backing!
She wasn't industry made, well at least that's what people thought at the time. She came up on social media, had her cosigns from heavyweights like Drake and Nicki Minaj, and she was selling an image that was relatable to baddies, yet goonable to guys. But fast forward into 2025 and things are starting to look a little bit shaky. You see, the industry has this habit of grabbing an artist, squeezing every last drop of relevance out of them, and then tossing them to the side like yesterday's trend. And Ice Spice? She's been milked more than a TikTok viral dance. Her collabs with Nicki Minaj and Taylor Swift were supposed to elevate her, which they did, but her featuring on Boys a Liar Part 2 with someone like Pink Pantheress felt like having a club section in a church. But hey, it worked, and it had everybody else on a chokehold, since both artists were pretty big on TikTok at the time. She even went on to meet Northwest in the Kardashian household. I wonder what Ye had to say about that.
I say she's a Jew!
Ice Spice isn't just a rapper, she's a walking thirst trap with a mic. Her whole brand screams sex appeal. From the raunchy lyrics to the IG-ready poses, making sure that nobody forgets that she's a baddie. In the grand tradition of Lil' Kim, Cardi B, and Nicki Minaj, she's carrying the torch for rappers who know exactly how to weaponize their curves and confidence. And let's be real, she took it a bit way too far. People weren't just streaming her music, they were hypnotized by the thick like oatmeal aesthetic, turning her into both a hip-hop star and a viral sensation. It wasn't long before she'd release her first highly anticipated album, Y2K, under Capitol Records, the same label that's home to Doechii, Kodak Black, and Katy Perry. The album would go on to sell 28,000 units and debut at number 18 on the Billboard Hot 100, which was phenomenal and way more than she'd expected. But the problem became more apparent when the deluxe version of the album went double copper, literally selling only 4,800 copies. Ice Spice's Y2K rollout had the hype of a blockbuster movie trailer, but as soon as it dropped, it felt like it went straight to DVD.
Jaden Smith!
I really need to have a meeting with the head of A&R at Capitol Records, because what do you mean you're letting an artist release a song called Think You the Ish, parentheses, fart, as a lead single to an album, and think, oh, you can make a song about anything, as long as, you shake that bosom. You can say literally anything. You can make a song about SpongeBob or Bikini Bottom, and it will still get views. It's been a whole 3 years at this point, and the beats are starting to sound the same. Her shaking her gluteus maximus isn't really sending shockwaves anymore, and now fans are getting bored. Even her performances have sparked a debate. People are starting to notice that the energy from her breakout era isn't quite the same. And this is not me hating. I mean, when you're running out of breath before the first chorus, people are gonna ask questions. Even unemployed TikTok kids will start hypothesizing. At first, Ice Spice had full control of her image. The curly head Bronx baddie with the casual, effortless vibe. That was her. The same girl that Kyle was singing about in I Spy with My Little Eye, a curly headed cutie I can turn into my wife. When it means rah rah. Okay, you get the point. But now it's starting to feel like the industry is turning her into a straight-head commercialized Barbie doll with no real say in the direction of her career. She's been thrown onto brand deals, her music rollout is getting more corporate, and fans feel like she's losing the authenticity that made her more likable in the first place. And in an industry where artists are eaten alive the moment they start to feel too manufactured, this is not a good sign. No wonder why she lost so much weight. Lizzo seems like the only artist that's genuinely losing weight, but when people like Ariana Grande start popping in the scene, looking all shriveled and dimpled, I get suspicious. I mean, it is a bit questionable. Look, munchkins, nobody is saying that Ice Spice is completely done. I mean, she's still recognizable. I mean, she gained the weight back and yeah. I mean, plus, I can't ignore her genius marketing. She leaned all the way into her own memeability. I mean, people weren't just streaming Ice Spice, they were participating in this phenomenon. Even Drake, the king of hopping on trends, flew her out before passive-aggressively shading her in a bar, proving that Ice was on the rap radar in a major way. But here's the thing, sex appeal can only get you so far, and longevity in music requires evolution. Nicki changed the sound a million times. Cardi knew how to capitalize on a moment. Megan Thee Stallion figured out how to survive in an industry that's trying to bury her. Ice Spice, well, she hasn't heard her reinvention moment yet. Waiting for Ice Spice to reinvent herself feels exactly like waiting for Playboi Carti to release an album. Everybody cross your fingers for Baby Boy. If I was a label and we lived in a dream world where labels actually care about their artists, this is exactly what I'd do with Ice Spice right now. Make her experiment with her sound. She can't rely on the same formula forever. Think of how Cardi B went from Bodak Yellow to I Like It and kept people engaged. If she wants to stay relevant, she's gotta bring in something new. New flow, new subject matter, new anything, because right now, the people who rocked her in 2022 aren't as invested in 2025. I'd also secure some unexpected collaborations. The Nicki link-up was iconic. I mean, the Pink Pantheress one was cute too, but imagine Ice Spice hopping on a different Metro Booming maybe sound. I think that would give a more refreshing appeal. And doing a track with someone like maybe Doechii as a desperate move to keep her relevant. I mean, they are signed under the same label. It only makes sense. And the right cosigns can keep her in the conversation for longer. The industry loves a new female rapper. The second Ice Spice slows down, labels will just manufacture the next big thing to replace her. There's already artists like Lola Brooke and Flo Milli bubbling under, waiting for their moment. The rap game is cutthroat, and Ice needs to prove that she's not just another internet moment waiting to mount. Anyways, my name is Saint Hillary-ous, and I make fun of pop culture because therapy is just way too expensive. And I hope that you like, subscribe, so that I make enough bread to not look as chopped as Dabo. So, peace.